I got out here early, got on the stand about 3 o'clock. Just wanted to make sure I was here plenty early. Last time we came, there was already a deer at the stand, so haven't seen anything but squirrels yet. But I got a perfect wind facing this way, expecting deer to come from the back of the property, and I got my wind blowing right back towards the front of the property. So as long as this wind stays good, I'm feeling pretty confident. Keep sitting tight and hopefully have some action pretty soon to show you guys. Here's a little tip. This is my do-it-yourself wind checker. It's just a little nasal spray container with a hole cut right here. And then I fill it with cornstarch so I can puff it up and easily check which way the wind's blowing. Drilled that big. Didn't get as much penetration as I was hoping for, but I think it might have hit that opposite shoulder. We'll give him some time. Hopefully a deer will come in. Was exciting though. Yes. He came in early. It's only 6:21. So I have an hour of legal shooting light left, and being that that arrow didn't go in that deep, I definitely want to give that hog some time. Don't want to go walking up on a boar hog that's still alive. So I'm going to sit tight and hopefully that the hog's out of the way. Get a buck coming in. That would be awesome. I've never shot a hog and a deer on the same day. It's getting prime time though. I just got down, just had to last light. I had a deer blowing back where that pig ran. Seemed like my wind was still good, so I don't know if it was blowing at me or that. But when I turned the light on and get down, another, or it might have been the same deer, but it was close to me, it was blowing. So I'm gonna go down and look for blood and see if I can recover this hog. Hopefully this will be a good ending to this video. Alright, I haven't got any blood, but I just started walking back in this thicket and I see the arrow broken off. Do have some blood on the arrow. Man, that thing didn't go in very deep. Hit that armor. Hey, I got a little blood on the ground here. Now this is sketchy. He went back in this thicket. It's a boar. Tonight all I have is the crossbow. There's a little blood. I've had some bad experiences tracking these things. To have them jump up at you. So I need to decide what I'm going to do here. Look at this blood. Man, I just didn't get much penetration at all with this crossbow. Shoot. All right. I'm gonna get looking a little farther back here and be ready to run and jump and shoot and all that good stuff. Put this arrow away. Well, I tromped all through that thicket with the crossbow and the light on, just ready to get charged by a pig. I've done this enough times to learn some lessons. I remember one time my cousin had shot a big boar and I was looking for blood. I was down on my hands and knees, crawling through the thicket. And a couple minutes after I stood up, the hog charged us and cut my cousin's boot all up. But if I had been on my hands and knees looking for blood when that happened, I'd be in bad shape. So I wasn't going to get on my hands and knees and crawl through that thicket looking for blood at night by myself with just a crossbow and no gun. But I did tromp around and just tried to grid search that area, and that was a boar. I would have smelled it if I was close to it, and I think he just kept running. But it was my first time shooting a hog with that crossbow, and I felt like I shot it exactly where I was aiming, right where I wanted to, and I was really surprised when it ran off how much of that bolt was sticking out. And here I did find the bolt that hit him, and it broke off, and there's still, let's see if you can see, still most of the bolt right there, and there was only a lot of blood right on the end. And then holding it up to this other one, looks like it only got maybe 4 or 5 inches of penetration. So I need to go back and look at the footage on a bigger screen. I don't know if I hit him a little high where it was a pretty decent boar, and they have that that armor up there on their shoulders, so I think I might have hit that. But just with this crossbow, doesn't seem to pack a very good punch. I've only shot one deer with it before, and didn't get a pass-through shot on that either, and so that was something I wasn't confident enough to go trailing on my hands and knees. Boar hogs, I don't prefer eating them anyways, and I'm just trying to get hogs off this property because they're scaring the deer away. So either way, even though I would have liked to recover that hog, I'm glad to have got a shot in it, and hopefully that thing runs off somewhere and dies eventually. One less hog on the property. But I don't know if I'm going to be hunting with this crossbow for pigs again. It's just a cheaper crossbow. I don't even know what kind it is. I got it for a couple $100 for my son, but it did not do the job tonight. But it was a fun hunt. I had that pig come in, got some good footage of them, and then right at dark I had some deer blowing, and once again it seemed like the wind was perfect. I checked the wind. I don't know if they're blowing from smelling that hog back there or from me, but bow hunting's tough. Gotta try to make better shots and recover some game this season. First hunt went well, and then the one with my son not so well, and then this one just didn't get penetration on that hog. So stay tuned. We'll try to keep at it and get a buck on the grounds sooner rather than later, hopefully. I watched that video back a bunch of times, close up and slow motion, and think I figured out what happened. When that hog was coming in, I was really consciously trying to make a good shot, wanted to shoot it right behind the front leg, and it took a step forward with that front leg, put that front leg forward, and I tucked that sight in right in the armpit there, and then shot. And watching it back in slow motion, that crossbow is really loud, And even though that hog was only 20 yards away, I can see it reacted to the noise before the arrow hit it, and it crouches down and kind of lunges back, getting ready to run off. And so as it crouched down and back, it just brought its shoulder right into there. So I just hit that hog right in the shoulder blade, didn't get any penetration through there, and so that hog just has a flesh wound. It's still alive, running out there with a broadhead stuck in its shoulder, but those hogs are super tough. Hopefully I scared it off the property. I don't think it's going to be coming back and living in that thicket and coming to the feeder every day and night after that. And so that kind of explained what happened to me. Don't think I'm going to be hunting with that crossbow anymore. I like my bow. It's nice and quiet. But that is the hunt. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And hope you all enjoyed it.